Hello, everybody. Isaac Rosenthal, joined by Brett Kelly. It is the 2017 Oregon Ducks Alumni Game here at the Rink Exchange in Eugene, Oregon. Let's jump right into this one. It's the last tune-up for the Ducks before their regular season begins in earnest against Cal next week. We saw them split two games with the Eugene Generals, winning one in a shootout, losing the other in regulation, and what a showcase that was for hockey in this town.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and that was the coaching debut for Riley Orr and Cooper Lim, and I think they were super proud of the first game. Their special teams looked fantastic. Their power play and penalty kill looked insanely good. Their defense looks way more structured this year compared to years before, but yeah, it's going to be a really fun game for them because they finalized their roster just this past last week, and they only had the two preseason games splitting them against the Eugene Generals. And so yeah, it's going to be a really fun exhibition game for them, and it's going to be a good time.
Well, not even just last week did they finish their roster. They're adding players through this week, and we'll see the debut for the Ducks today of freshman forward Seth Howe. So we've got a Howe and an Orr involved in this program.
A couple little hockey legends.
Little legends there, and let's take a look at this alumni roster. Now, I want to let everybody know we're going to do as best as we can during the game to get all the alumni names right. There's a lot of familiar faces there. Most of them have been on this broadcast before. A couple of them do predate the broadcast. But we are given the alumni roster at game time every year, and this year it is the best it's ever looked. It's the most complete it ever is, and it's still handwritten. It's still not in numerical order. So we're going to be as quick as we can on it, but do bear with us. But let's look at some of these names. We've got some familiar names. We'll start with the most familiar ones from last year. Coming down this list, Darren Toller returns to the ice. Darren's actually working at the rink now, so he didn't have to go too far. Rich Salahor, former coach, is also there. And then Sam Rosenberg, he's got a great shot. We saw that over and over again. Jesse Leonard, Seth Starr, and Pat Taylor. But then we start dipping into some older names that we haven't heard from in a while. Danny Cockrell listed here. How about Trevor McCarty? I was just telling Brent over here, who's a little bit new to the Oregon hockey family, about Trevor's legendary float. He'll be wearing his familiar number 3. Also, Preston Johnson's back. Connor McBride, and no, Connor, I'm not going to call you McBreezy, I'm sorry. Justin Lacasse, AJ Bernhardt, friend of the broadcast, is back. So it's a fun group. Alex Selitzer's there too, and I think that has everybody. Also, Luke Bollinger. So it should be good. Anything that you're expecting to see or hoping to see out of this broadcast or out of this from this game, rather?
Well, definitely not some of the structural stuff the coaches kind of want to see during like a actual game, like a preseason game or a regular season game. But I think the most I want to see just like the new Oregon team getting to know each other really well, developing that chemistry, because that's really going to come in handy for next week when they're on the road. But yeah, it's going to be a great time, and I just want to see some good shots, good goals. I already see some of the players talking to their former alumni, which is always great to see, always so much fun. And yeah, just work on their stick skills, build that chemistry especially, and should be a great time for tonight.
It should be a lot of fun. It's interesting though, I've been trying to think about what this game, where it fits in the Duck season and what it means. Normally it would just be an exhibition, and it's still 99.9% an exhibition. But there is the added wrinkle, isn't there, with the two new coaches going against a group of alumni that they have an idea of what the identity of this program is. They know what Oregon hockey is to them. And now you've got a totally new crew behind the bench. It does give, that one extra little competitive wrinkle that you might not always have in an alumni game.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting to see what the new coaches have in store for this Oregon program. Get to see some past faces, kind of see what they're all kind of about. Make no mistake, these alumni still have a lot left in the tank. I remember doing the broadcast last year, and man, that was a really fun show to watch. There's some guys who were absolutely flying out there, and yeah, these aren't just a bunch of old guys. That they still got all the hockey mitts, and they really know how to play well out there.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys play against the Oregon group. The Oregon group. There are some drop-in regulars here, the folks that do live in Eugene. And so there's familiarity there. Now, we will also let you know this game, you don't want to go anywhere. It's going to be three 20-minute periods, but they will be running clock, just in the interest of everybody's health and safety and getting out of here not super duper late. So we will do our best, as we always do, to keep you updated on the time. It's going to feel like it's moving pretty quickly. Look at the lines we've been given for the Ducks. We're going to see Chris Stankovic, normally a defenseman, starting on that first line left wing, along with Trevor Shaw and Galuli. Estrada, Lutz, and Howe, the second line. Duran, Maddox, and Barkley rounding out the third line. Remember, the Ducks only have 3 lines and 2 D pairs. And those 2 D pairs, Adam Sussman, Warren Berg, and then Tord Stangeland and Derek Armstrong. And then we're thinking that it's going to be Noah Rosenberg starting in goal tonight. I would thoroughly expect to see both Rosenberg and Ben Green get some minutes tonight, though.
Yeah, any extra practice they can get will be extremely helpful for each goaltender to play. And it'll be a good first look at Seth Howe, freshman out of University of Oregon, see what he's going to bring to the team. That'll be a little exciting for him, and see how Stankovic does that forward on the first line with Trevor Shaw and Gilhooly. So, some new faces, new positions. I don't believe Jackson Howery is going to be playing tonight. He did play. He switched positions the first game to forward. So so this is also a time for Cooper Lim and Coach Orr to kind of tinker with their lines and kind of see, build that chemistry. So this is kind of considered, an exhibition game, but lines are still in pencil, as they say. It's not always in pen. Lineups are always changing up, and just build that chemistry and work on their sixth skill tonight and, pull out the win. Because I know each side here really wants to pull out a win and show them who's still running the program. So it's going to be a great time.
And so let's take a look at that Ducks schedule moving forward. As we said, they start the regular season on the road October the 12th. 13th, 14th, and 15th. 4 games in 4 days for a short bench. That's going to be a real challenge at the beginning of the season. Those first 2 are at USC. The second 2 are at UCLA. We will not have either one of those for you. That's a bit too far for us to travel. Although I do think that USC may stream their games. They may be a charge for that because they aren't as awesome as we are. And on that note, we do a lot of hard work to put this broadcast together for you. We use the same gear that we've always used, and sometimes things do need replacement. That does end up coming directly out of my pocket or Dylan's pocket in the past. So if you are a supporter of the broadcast and you are interested, if you're a business owner as well, you're interested in sponsoring our broadcast, or if you just like the broadcast because it gives you the chance to watch the team, they could use a bunch of help too. These boys have to pay a lot of money out of pocket for the honor of playing on this team. So anybody, any interest in sponsorship, whether it's directly for the broadcast or for the team as a whole, certainly get in contact with the Ducks. You can find all sorts of information on how to do that on their website at OregonDucksHockey.com. We've got about 5 minutes left before the start of this one, so we're going to cut the mics and make sure we've got all of our paperwork in order. But don't you go anywhere, because we will be right back. Well, hello again, everybody. Isaac Rosenthal joined by Brent Kelly, and we are just about set for this alumni game. We have one person in the scoring booth, no people in the penalty boxes, one official. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be a great day. The alumni game is always a lot of fun. Some great faces returning to this Ducks Ice, as we talked about. Recent ones like Pat Taylor, and not so recent ones like Mike Marsh, who's going to play some goals tonight. 95-96. How about that? Not a lot of people that have regular contact with this program left that have been here longer than I have at this point. I never played, but I've been around a few years, and in addition to Mike March, saw an 0507 name on there. Luke Ballinger returns. Look out for him at number 25. And then Rich Salahor and Eddie Leroy, they both had stints as coaches. Well, there's a whistle, and we are set to get underway. Trevor Schott inning in for the faceoff against There's no 21 on the roster I was handed. I don't see a 3, and kind of looks like it might be Trevor McCarty. We'll see if we can figure that out at the intermission. And there's a quick stop for Noah Rosenberg there. 19:43, but tick-tock will be on a running clock all night.
If I remember last year, I think the first period was not a running clock, but then the next two where they just wanted to kind of wrap things up. I think you're right, yeah. Because that was a 10 o'clock start.
Not unheard of at all in these alumni games. They're really, like you said, it's about game situation play more than it is about the game itself. That one curls around. Preston Johnson with the touch. 2011 alumni. Now Berg with it for the Ducks. It'll come back up for Armstrong. Thought about a shot and dumps it into the corner for Stankovic. Tries the centering pass to the slot, and Trevor Schott didn't know it was coming. Out of the zone, break the alumni. Knocked down by Armstrong. He'll skate back with it, and he's pressured, and he's going to lose the puck here, taken away by 22 of the alumni, but down he goes. And now
calls go early on.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a theme. The alumni game's always competitive. I don't want to let the youngins off easy. Bergen, there's a hit thrown there by Pat Taylor. Taylor threw a few of those in his career. Centering for the alumni. Taylor had a chance to go on his backhand. Now Sam Rosenberg looking for a shot, and if he gets an opportunity to get good wood on it, look out. Can be kind of unassuming, but that shot comes in hard. 17:47 left as it caroms around for Warren Berg. Warren Berg now with the shot deflected by AJ Bernhardt, who's in front still. Excuse me, that was Seth Starr in the 11. And Eddie Leroy goes into the corner, tried to clear that one. Estrada trying to get a stick down on it. Now it's Bernhardt.
Yeah, last alumni game, Bernhardt was really flying out there, had a couple of goals, and probably look for him to pot a few more in tonight. Probably another high-scoring game.
Yeah, these games tend to be more the 8-6 kind of game than anything else. Centering pass, one-timer goes wide. Bernhardt trying to get solid wood on that one. Now thrown into the corner, and he'll go to collect it. He's all over the place already. Keep myself honest. Got to keep checking this roster.
No.
And line change and...
No, stack the pads on that last save. Going old-time hockey. So if you're a goalie, you want to show some flair out there.
I believe it's Rosenberg's first game of the year. And his first opportunity to show these new coaches what he's about. Stankovic. Now Armstrong, the defenseman in transition. Here's the law student, Derek Armstrong, around the net. Still in possession is number 79, still with it. Now poked away offside on the touch. 16:04, tick-tock, tick-tock. Think about what we expected to see. Pretty open, a good pace to it, but a good solid, all in good fun scrimmagey pace to it.
Yeah, only 2 stoppages in play so far, so keeping the clock moving and not a lot of face-off, so got some nice flow to the game so far.
And here is, we think it's McCarty fanning on the shot. There's a slap shot, bad bounce, it has to be swatted at. Nice play there by Trevor Schott on the awareness, and now here's Stankovic. Stankovic dropping it for Schott. Now back to Stanky. He's got Berg, but he'll keep it. And maybe should have played the pace. Excuse me, it's not Berg. The 37 is Galuli.
We've already seen some good goaltending play so far, good defense. It's a good structured game so far, not as wide open as we thought in the beginning of the game.
And Schott with the takeaway. Here's Trevor, but poked away Danny Cockrell.
Nice little move, but Danny out there with the poke check, poked it away from Trevor Schott, who had a similar goal first game against the Generals.
Trevor scored a few of those. It's not just the Generals.
Just a few.
Yeah, I think we've seen good organization from this Ducks team, and to be able to say that through a couple of preseason games, it speaks to what the coaching has done, and it speaks to players buying into that, which is always a challenge in a club environment.
I also think for Coach Orr and Lim that they don't want to have their players get too unstructured out there, even though it is a scrimmage game against the Alumni. Kind of want to, old-fashioned, just go out there and have some fun. But I think since it is considered like a preseason game for these guys, they do want to kind of stick with the game plan that they had the past 2 games, so they're not, totally out of sync for their upcoming road trip next weekend.
And our first look here at the newcomer Howe in number 24. Listed at about 5'6", 160. Almost halfway through this first period now. Still no score. We're getting to the point where you would have expected to see one by now. Maybe not in a regular game. You wouldn't be saying that 7 minutes in if it was still no score, but in this kind of event.
No icing call on the play. Armstrong was kind of up in airs about his hands up in the air about that, but there's only one referee out there.
There's Galuli dropping it for shot, and too high. They work well together. Kiernan Galuli and Trevor Schott. Galuli really good off the puck. And when you got someone that moves the way Trevor does, kind of a whirling dervish out there at times, that can be challenging to play with as a line mate, and I think Galuli's going to be a good partnership with him.
Yeah, especially on the power play. If they're playing most games on the first line, and that translates over to the power play, that chemistry is really going to build. And Trevor Schott being a left-handed centerman, and Galuli lining up on the off wing, and we saw in the first game he really liked those one-timers. So
chance for Stankovic to get it up to Galuli. Here it is. Galuli now took a little bit too long and then fanned on it, trying to get it back around for Stanky. Here's Bernhardt. Bernhardt, nice crisp pass, and here come the Alumni. Maybe a workout for some of the Alumni to keep pace with the speed that AJ is still able to play with. There's a shot and a save, Rosenberg. The first year the Pac-8 tournament was in Tahoe. AJ flew out there, not with the rest of the team. He was coaching that year, but with Dylan and myself, had to take a later flight than the rest of the team, and spent the night at with him in Portland and had an early morning flight the next day. Real nice guy, real great mind. And a lot of great club hockey experience, both at Oregon and elsewhere. There's a lot he can teach. Here's Chris Maddox. And Maddox removed from the puck. Now Warren Berg gets it right back for the Ducks. Here's a chance. Taron Donnelly there in defense. I don't think we mentioned Donnelly's name in the introduction, so certainly a welcome back to Taron Donnelly as well. And we are now approaching the halfway point, 10:38 as I speak. In the first period, we'll do 3 running clock, 20-minute periods. Warren Berg. Berg forward for Estrada. Puck got left behind, and I'm not sure about that, but I don't know how great that line change was from the Ducks. That may have been too many men if there had been enough referees to pay attention to it, but no harm, no foul as Cockrell covers up with 10 minutes left in the first period.
Yeah, might see a power play tonight, maybe not.
Maybe not. No one to open the doors, and hey, technically we've only got one linesman. He's not wearing the orange band, so maybe he's only allowed to drop the puck. That one hit off the skate of Preston Johnson, so no ice to worry about. The Ducks do go back to collect it. Howe's pass knocked away McCarty. Then Estrada had it, lost it, had it again, and McCarty takes a spill. Preston Johnson, shot save. And I'll say I'm going to continue until we can figure out otherwise. 99% sure that the gentleman I've been referring to as Trevor McCarty is in fact Trevor McCarty. He looks a lot like him. There's no 21 on the roster I was handed. I have not seen a 3 hit the ice, and Trevor was quite a good face-off man in his day as well. And just like that, he gets the face-off win.
If that is McCarty, he does have a sick Hofa helmet, which is a nice little throwback for these alumni games.
Poke checked away, and then it'll just pop through the neutral zone, but good job by Chris Stankovic. Stankovic actually played with a lot of these alumni. As a grad student, he kind of spans some generations here. 8:30 left in this opening period. Still no score. Not a lot of shots to speak of for the alumni, but Noah Rosenberg has been up to the task each time, and a little bit more offense from the Ducks themselves. But as we could have told you coming in, Danny Cockrell's a tough nut to crack in that painted area.
Looks like the Ducks are working it down low, kind of throwing in shots from all different angles to test the alumni goalie.
Shot to Berg, and he hit one through, but hit some shin pads and didn't make its way on goal. Now Trevor shot across the blue line. Shot's got is that Armstrong behind him? Collision in the boards there, and now thinking 19 for the Ducks. That's Thomas Duran, it wasn't Armstrong. Warren Berg has that one squirt past him, but before Sam Rosenberg could get there, it was towards Stangeland.
Ooh, nice little touch pass.
Yeah, great pass. Finds Estrada. Good wrap around, and Cockrell can still move from one post to the other pretty quickly, can he?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's going to be happy with himself that he dropped the original shot, and may not, it's an alumni game. It's not like he's got the whole rest of the season, but
every goalie takes every game.
Every goalie takes every game pretty darn seriously. Do I have a Pete Scabarra sighting behind the alumni bench? We're going to have to zoom in on that bench at some point when we get the chance. Flipped across. Shaw, there's the first hard one against Noah Rosenberg, rather. He makes the save. Backhander down, and Rosenberg's got to cover it up. Whistle comes.
Yeah, first big shot for the alumni there. rebound popped out in the slot. But Ducks defenseman there to clean it up. Like I said, this game's a bit tight defensively. No one really giving the edge to everyone to either side. No one's really breaking through with any big scoring chance until that last wraparound by the Ducks.
Armstrong dumped it behind him in the corner. Alumni keep it though, and there's Bernhardt. Look out, Bernhardt, backhanded shot and then swatted away. He's got some mustard on that for a backhander. Nathan Lutz flips it forward, tried to find Armstrong. They were not on the same page, and that goes back behind the net. It's collected by Ballinger. Ben Green will ask for icing, and he will get it with 5:30.
Yeah, that's one way to get the official's attention, just to yell. Only one official.
Well, it's
not always
it's
during
a
a
lot
game.
of ground to cover for one official.
Yeah,
even if this game might not be moving quite at full speed. Face-off one there by the Alumni, and there's no 22 on the page I was handed either, but that looks a lot like Jesse Leonard.
Jesse Leonard played last year. Pretty good year for the Ducks. A few guys from last year's squad, so half the team. Eight returning players to this year's team than from last year's team. So
Jesse, one of those guys, I don't think I have ever seen him without a smile on his face. Maybe in the heat of the moment in game after a penalty, maybe, but just seems to always carry a happy demeanor around everything. He's a great guy to have in your locker room. Stankovic knocks that one forward, tried to find shot, and now it'll come to Stankovic again, and shots there with Galuli. Still shot, and now back maybe for Stankovic, but not quite, and collected by the Alumni. Leonard up for Johnson. Now back across, not handled cleanly. Darren Toller there, shifting back on D to the blue line as the puck is behind the net. It's McCarty, and he will turn and dump it back behind the net for Preston Johnson. He's got Leonard out there as well, and now Darren Toller has to turn back on defense as Galuli knocks that forward for Trevor Schott, but he didn't control it. You won't hear that one from me too often this year. Preston Johnson had the circle, thought about a shot, then thought better of it, and he maybe should have taken that first one. Ducks now across the red line. It's Trevor Schott. Schott got around one man, still with it is Trevor, and then the puck goes wide. Didn't challenge Cockrell. Centering pass, tried to find Durand.
Durant tip in front, just missed the goal, but that's Trevor Schott's favorite play, to cut in, back cut, control the puck, outweight the goalie, and make the goalie make the first move and rip it far side.
There's a shot from some distance, and mustard on that one again. That one rung in by Seth Starr, Alaska native if I'm not mistaken.
I always think it's great to see whenever alumni come back, see what kind of gear they're wearing. Always kind of miscolored, but always.
You know what? I think that they should be happy they got everyone wearing Oregon jerseys.
Oh yeah, looks great.
No generic whites.
Everyone's got a number. Everyone's got that O on the front. I'm sure they love to put that back on again for one more game.
I think these white jerseys with the O are really underrated jerseys for this. They're not what the Ducks are wearing now. They're not the apple green with the duck on them, but it's a crisp look still. Under 2 minutes in this running time first period, so we are almost done, and Alumni are taking their sweet time on the line change. The whistle ready for play, and the puck draw coming up as we're still scoreless in this first period. There's a shot, didn't get through. And now a chance for the Alumni if they hurry. Alex Selitzer's the option available there, has a pass. Selitzer, one half of the Sully brothers, Alex and Dan. They had a Sedin-like chemistry together. Scored some pretty goals connecting with each other in their day. Nathan Lutz now. Lutz has got Howe, but instead he takes the shot. And like a magnet into Danny Cockrell's chest with 1 minute left in the first period.
Yeah, speaking of black jerseys, or just jerseys in general, I like the black jersey Cockrell's got on.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
See Ducks update that version sometime in the future. Be nice to see. But of course, Ducks got probably some of the best jerseys in the packet.
I think they may be the best dressed team in the ACHA.
No,
I'm biased, but
yeah,
I think they put their ensemble together pretty well. Rebirth Sports hooking them up. Shot through, maybe a deflection opportunity somewhere, but it was too high. 30 seconds left in this period. Here comes A.J. Bernhardt looking to put the Alumni ahead, flipping it back. Behind the net, still with it now. Poking it, and here's a chance maybe for Galuli, couldn't take it with him. Trevor Schott, though. Schott will go in front of him now. Still Trevor Schott. Rebound! And puck somehow ends up behind the net, not in it. Loose in front, bouncing around, fired on, loose still, and that's the end of the first period with no score. Would you believe that?
Period-ending save
in the Alumni Game.
Balled out.
Danny Cockrell is as good as ever between those pipes.
I'd say that's probably one of the most defensive periods of hockey I think I've ever seen for an Alumni game, especially. Not defensive of all time, but definitely for an Alumni game.
You got a Tord Stageland cheering section. Can we show the fans that Norwegian flag up there? Look at that.
Stageland's got the fans in the top row.
Tord out of Bergen, Norway. 6'2", 185. He's listed. And we may be going without even an ice cut here. It kind of looks like that. So 5 minutes, and we'll just keep it rolling for those 5 minutes. What'd you think of that first period?
Yeah, I loved it. No one had the clear advantage, but some good scoring opportunities here and there. Wraparounds, thrown in from all angles. Ducks look pretty good. Looks like they're still sticking to their kind of system. Looks like Coach Oren Lim on the bench telling them to stick with the game plan and maybe sharpen a few things up, because still want to be pretty sharp for their upcoming game next weekend. And yeah, it's a pretty good game by Alumni too. They look pretty sharp too, you know, for all of them coming together for today's game. They look like they can still keep up with this year's Ducks. And yeah, I think we'll definitely see some goals this period, no doubt about it. But if it goes the way the first period's gone, looks like defense is gonna probably win this one for either team.
That's not something we find ourselves saying too often on this broadcast. Believe that the Husky hockey team and Cal are in action right now. Gonna try and get a score from that one for you if we can.
So looks like, I believe Ben Green is kind of warming up on the ice, but we'll see.
Kind of would expect that we'll see Green, if not for the second period, at least for the third.
But it does look like Noah Rosenberg is going to come back out there, so they might switch him in the middle of the second.
Yeah, they may switch 10 minutes through. We do have a new goalie there for the Alumni team.
Check
and that's going to be Mike Marsh. So this will be interesting. Mike of a different era than Danny Cockrell was, and
from the 95-96 season.
That may be the inaugural year for the Ducks. It may have been a little bit before then. If anyone does know on the broadcast, feel free to let us know on the in the comment section. Let us know as well where you're watching from.
And if you're a old-time listener, share one of your favorite memories from a past Ducks season. That'd be great too, so we can talk about that on the broadcast. Share your guys' comments.
Here's Armstrong, shot, rebound. The Ducks get the goal. Armstrong's shot set up the rebound, and then it was an easy finish.
Yeah, just a 2-on-1. Best play for that. It's always just the shoot it low on the goalie's pads, far side for whoever's driving on the opposite wing.
You got it exactly right. Can be tough to convince yourself to do, to not go for the goal yourself, but shooting for the rebound there is as good as any play.
But yeah, first goal of the game coming just a minute in. I'm sure the current Ducks team is pretty hyped about that, and I know Alumni gonna try to sharpen things up a tiny bit and see what they can do.
It's tough for Mike Marsh to come in and immediately give up that goal. As we said with Cockrell, by definition, if you're a goaltender and you're playing in a game, you want to win it. And he's not going to be happy.
I'm sure all goalies have had at least multiple games like that where first shot's a goal. But Mike Marsh is a veteran goalie, so I'm sure he's seen this before. So we'll see how he responds.
McCarty, long stretch pass for Preston Johnson. Johnson with the shot knocked away by Rosenberg with 18:20 left in the second period. Oh, nearly poked away, but kept in still. There's a shot from Leonard, high off the glass. Armstrong now rather for the Ducks, and taken away by the Alumni up the middle. Pat Taylor right there for the Alumni, and that's
gonna be a penalty.
That's a trip even in the Alumni game. Referee looks like he almost doesn't want to call it, but there's a whistle.
Very slow hand raise, but penalty nonetheless. So I think what we're going to see from the current Ducks on this power play is going to be a lot of puck movement. Going to try to get the Alumni out of the way. But usually if your power play isn't working too well in the game, you're going to want to put a lot of shots on net. But since, Alumni Game, you want to have some fun, maybe try some plays. You probably wouldn't normally do too much in a game. But it should be a pretty great power play to see coming up. Now we just got to see where the face-off's going to come. Looks like
it's got to go to the Alumni zone, doesn't it? Penalties against them.
I think they were just trying to open up the penalty door there.
So Pat Taylor sits down, and then we'll do it's the kitty hockey rule. It's a 2-minute penalty, but it goes on the board for 3 minutes because of the running clock. The Taylor family, super supportive of the broadcast, and we are as big fans of them as they are of us.
Who might see
Tammy and Bill, if you're watching, hello to you. Pat's got the flow looking excellent this evening. And Galuli across the red line. He's got Lutz with him as well. Still it's Galuli. He shoots and scores. Marsh didn't get down, and that one beat him between the legs.
Yeah, whenever you see the goalie.
There's your power play goal. It didn't take long.
Whenever you see the goalie not go down the butterfly, just shoot a 5-hole, and worst thing happens, rebound comes out. But yeah, I'm sure the Ducks are happy about that one. But we did see some good short-handed pressure by the Alumni down there.
And that really used to be the Ducks hockey thing. They got away from it a little bit in the last couple years, but they used to just have really aggressive PKs. And I think it was, I think I mentioned this on the last broadcast, what AJ Bernhardt told me on that plane ride out to Tahoe, that I mentioned about how much he used to love playing on the PK, because as he said, you go out there and you play good, really hard defense for like 20 seconds, and your coach is thrilled with you.
Yeah.
But they got some shorties in their time, and they made life difficult for the power play by getting some pressure of their own.
Yeah, speaking of AJ, he's really working the zone out here, number 9. Backhanded passes right across the slot, and they're buzzing. Alumni are buzzing in the Duck zone right now.
Yeah, when AJ really turns it on, the rest of the Alumni kind of have no choice but to play at the same speed he's doing, or do the best they can. Some of them are better at that than others. Boy, he's just moved so fast out there, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Here's a shot wide.
He was the one guy I remember distinctly from last year, just really, really playing well, potting in several goals, and looks like he's trying to get back on the score sheet for today's game.
AJ, I believe, in addition to his time at Oregon, played at Cal State Northridge. Good program there. Got some experience with them at big tournaments. Believe it with Northridge. He was telling me all about it before. And in front, Ducks trying to stuff it in again. Puck squirts away, and then the Alumni with the chance to clear the zone. 13:40 left in this second period. Feel free to let us know as well where you're watching from.
Puck out of play. Don't worry, didn't go anywhere near us, so we're all good up here.
Oh, we'll repeat the policy, boys. If you do break it, you do buy it. We have pretty much one of everything, and if we have two of something, one of them is broken. Maybe one day it'll start working again. 13:02 left. Shot ripped off the faceoff, but blocked by the Ducks before it got through to Rosenberg. McCarty getting stuck with Armstrong there. Puck will end up almost squirted away for the Alumni, but now the Ducks now back for the Alumni. Preston Johnson to score. Was that deflected in front?
Noah's not happy about that one, but I think that went off a deflection into the net. I saw that go in, but Noah's thinking that didn't go in. I don't know what.
I don't know if it did. They're all frustrated about something. I didn't quite see it. It looked like it went into me. The shot from the point was from Rich Salahor, but I don't know. Salahor didn't celebrate as if he scored. So
it was a pretty delayed reaction by the actual goal scorer, because I don't think anyone on the ice saw it.
Who did you have as the goal scorer? You had Lacasse, 19?
No, it was Rich Salazar.
It was Salahor from the point?
But
Salahor had the first shot. I don't know what happened after that. It didn't get a good enough
deflection, maybe off someone's leg pad, or I think it just surprised Noah, but Trevor shot the other way, backhanded wide. Nice save by Marsh, going down, not the most conventional butterfly, playing very old school hockey. Stand-up goalie, it's always great to see. Even if you are playing a stand-up goalie, shooters think, oh, the 5 holes are always going to be open, but that's not always the case. Goalies can always get down the floor pretty fast. Goalies are really great athletes, and Mike Marsh showing us how stand-up goalies still going into effect in today's game.
Appreciate you keeping us updated, Brent. We've got a scoreboard emergency that I've got to fix here. We'll have an accurate scoreboard for everybody very shortly.
Duck shot deflected wide. Dominic Estrada battling the corner. Still battling. Down low to Lutz. Lutz out in front. Saved by Marsh. And
hell of an attempt on that from Stangel. Now here comes a shot from Pat Taylor, deflected wide. .55 left, so we're thinking we'll probably see a goalie switch for the Ducks at the next whistle.
Yeah, looks like Green's already getting ready to go. But not too many whistles in this game, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe a while. Someone may just have to score to get a whistle blown. Lutz knocks it in the corner, but it'll swing around for Darren Toller. And now Bernhardt controls it. What a nice pass. A shot wide and nearly hard off the boards for Bernhardt. Still with it is A.J. Bernhardt. And one-timer there. How about that one? Ripped by McBride.
Great play.
McBride's got 2 different color socks on. Full jersey tuck in the back.
Looking like a online. For those who play ESHL know what I'm talking about.
He's ready to go, yeah.
Multicolored socks out there. But McBride with the alley-oop pass all the way from his face-off dot to... Trying to get the number here. Oh, yeah, A.J. Bernhardt. So that was a great play. Those two already finding each other for some scoring opportunities.
Deflected. There was a rebound there. And it is Ben Green in goal now. Was waiting for it to happen. I still managed to miss it actually happen, but new set of pads, new man inside those pads in goal for the Ducks. Green was real sharp against the Generals. Here's Trevor Schott. Backhanded, they score. Nice pass from Trevor Schott to Kieran Galuli. And boy, I hope I say that more than once this year, because those two, I really am optimistic about what 95 and 37 are going to be able to do together.
Yeah, they're going to be all over the place. And Trevor Schott, everyone's watching him with the stick handles. He's got the puck on the string and just goes behind the back pass to Galuli and taps it into a wide open net. So we've got a 3-1 game with 7:34 left, running clock, Alumni Game.
And God, is that the Dan Selitzer, A.D. Selitzer, chiming in from New Mexico. 7:15 left in the second period. 3-1 our score. And Galuli Stankovic there, rebound left by March again. Such a throwback to see someone play as a stand-up goalie. It's a real treat.
Oh, it's always so much fun to watch. Always fun to play, but here comes shot the other way.
Here comes Trevor, and just not quite enough moves there. And Dan, we wish you were here too, but we know you would be if you could, as the Ducks go up 4-1. You see the goal scorer on that one, Brendan?
Yeah, Stankovic with the goal. D-man playing left wing today. I'm sure he's happy about that to pot in a goal. Like you said, Stankovic played against a lot of these guys, so I'm sure he's loving this game.
So now we're starting to open up and look a little bit more like we thought we'd see out of an Alumni Game.
I predicted some goals this period, and announcers aren't always right. Usually pretty much wrong about predictions about 50% of the time, but at least I'm right on that one. Got some goals here for you guys, 4-1.
5:40 left, second period. Underway again, in front, knocked down, and
the Ducks are calling for a high stick,
would
and
tend to agree.
That was way above the crossbar, in my opinion, but the ref's gonna call it for the Alumni. They're happy about that. number 21 went pretend for a video review, which clearly was not in the penalty box.
21 we're pretty sure is Trevor McCarty.
Oh yeah, Trevor McCarty, yeah.
It's 4-2, and both of the Alumni goals have not come without complaints. The first one, I'll have to find out, because there may have been a totally valid complaint from the Ducks on their first goal. I just don't know what it was, but
that second goal.
The second goal
clearly
looked to be closer to the rafters than it was the crossbar. But
that's why I thought it was so funny, just because the Alumni We're just
And the alumni know that. Everyone knows what's going on here. But frankly, I don't think the Ducks need any favors done for them in the alumni game. They might be a little more up in arms if that happened, per se, against Cal. Let's get that second goal on the scoreboard for the alumni before we forget here. We like to have fun on this broadcast.
especially during the alumni game. It's always going to be a good time.
3:59 left in this second period. 4-2, and all of a sudden that's a lot different than 4-1.
Armstrong showing some moves, spinning off the defender, and still up on the play. Fake the slap shot. Good save by Marsh. Armstrong was going low on that shot.
Well, Cal and Arizona State Cal and UW are underway up in Seattle, but neither team with any kind of an update on their Twitter accounts. We're going to try this year as we can and keep you updated on other Pac-8 scores, but it takes a little bit more organization than we've got with our abbreviated alumni game crew. Here's Chris Maddox, and Maddox forgot to take the puck with him, but did a good job of recovering. Armstrong now will go all the way back into the neutral zone. The Ducks regroup back on side.
It's kind of fun during these games to see a guy like Armstrong, kind of known for being more of a defensive defenseman.
Yeah, totally.
Show the wheels.
And I'm sure it's fun for Derek, too. I know every defenseman, even the ones that are defensive defensemen. Oh, what a shot from distance for the Ducks there.
That was Adam Sussman from long range. Looks like a little bit of traffic in front, but
it's good recognition to see that he had a shot to take, and always takes confidence to shoot from that distance.
yeah, never a bad shot for a defenseman to take, but even way better to get any kind of deflection. But if you ever get a shot on from goal from that range, it's always going to be a good pat on the back from the coaches.
So 2 minutes left. Now they didn't do an ice cut after the first period. I gotta think they will after the second. It looks pretty snowy out there in some places, particularly in front of the benches, and I think I see the rink man standing at the Zamboni door. 5-2.
Whenever the ice is like this, just want to throw it from all directions, just like that shot.
And AJ's got a good shot, but Green's got a good glove, and it finds that one with 1:29 left in this second period, and a 5-2 lead for the Ducks over their alumni.
Good position for the alumni, getting a face-off with under 2 minutes left in their own zone.
Taryn Donnelly chasing that one down, and I'm not sure that puck ever crossed the red line, but it's whistled as icing. It was very close.
Kind of doing the old school icing, Oregon's used to doing the hybrid icing.
Yeah, that looked like it may have been a no-touch call. Alumni representative would have probably been first to that, but it would have been really close. And no need to have that kind of collision in an alumni game. Sussman will throw another shot through. Stankovic trying to knock it down. It's loose in front and now taken away by the alumni. Taryn Donnelly across the red line. Here's Donnelly for the alumni. He's trying to center it. And deflecting in front. Sussman again, backhanded clear into the bench. 10 seconds left, and they're going to act like they're going to have a face-off here, but I don't think anyone, they're not even going to have the charade. And they will head off to the locker room. We will get an ice cut and probably not much more. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you. And we are back for the third period. Isaac Rosenthal alongside Brent Kelly. In the second period, that was a little more what we thought we were going to see out of an alumni game, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Definitely what the first period kind of should have been, but running clock, they just got right back into the second period and decided to put up 5 goals for the current Ducks, 2 goals for the alumni team. And one thing I was going to say at the end of the second period was we got to see the Coach Orr and Coach Lynn sticking with their game plan, and a good example by that is they threw out their big line, right here on my stat sheet, Stankovic, Shot, and Galuli. They got to finish out both the second period and the first period, so that kind of shows that Cooper Lim and Coach Orr are both sticking with their game plan, playing like their top line, kind of like getting their players in the routine of saying like, hey, this is like kind of everyone's ice time and everyone's kind of find their shifts, and I think that's great. They're just going to still stick with that. I'm not going to really mess up the line because even though this is a good, fun exhibition match, going to be it's still a really fun time. You still want to kind of keep to your game plan and keep the lineups intact.
So 5-2, our score. It is Pete Skibara. Believe. Don't see Nick anywhere though.
Looks like
it's not him. I'm not sure. Still can't quite see.
We are happy that the alumni gave us a pretty good roster to work with tonight.
Yeah. Alumni coaching staff, now that's just too much to ask for.
It looks like Ben Green's going to still be in the crease for the Ducks to finish out the third. Played well in the half of the second period, and same with Rosenberg, played well too in the first half of the game. So
Danny Cockrell, though, does return for the alums.
He hasn't given up a goal today, and Marsh played a good second period out there too. So everyone's having a pretty good game so far. Looking for a good finish for either side you're cheering for.
It's Howe's unit out there. Howe, the winger, number 24. Nathan Lutz, Derek Estrada round out that line for the offensive group. And here is the newcomer, Howe. Seth Howe. Collected in front. Loose temporarily, and now kept alive. Eddie Leroy, and then Leroy dumps it back behind the net. Now the alumni is starting to cycle the puck a little bit. Preston Johnson's centering pass was deflected on its way through, trying to find Justin Lacasse. Shot, glove, save, Cockrell.
Yeah, good look at Seth Howe, the newest Duck for this Oregon squad. Still trying to...
And Pat Taylor has decided to join us for the third period.
How to fix the hair in the locker room.
Must have been working on the flow. It takes a lot of work to maintain such a majestic flow.
A lot of time, a lot of energy. Maybe you can teach some of these current Ducks how to grow some good flow.
And not a lot of flow on the team this year. Stanky's got some flow, although he's wearing that up tonight. But that'll stick out of his helmet every once in a while. Now Galuli, Cockrell coming out to meet him, makes the save.
A little move, skate right, shoot left. Make the goalie lean back, following the puck one way and shooting the other way.
Stankovic with it. Tried to center. Now Galuli, shot, hit his skate. Chris Maddox out there. Towards Stangeland. Save made Green. Rebound comes out to Taryn Donnelly now. Behind the net, still with it are the alumni.
And whenever AJ Bernhardt's team's out there, they're always skating really fast, flying out there.
Taron Donnelly back to get that one. Hayden Barkley was pressuring him. So this is the Barkley, Maddox, Durand line. Save made, and Stangeland clears that one away, but not out, and Rosenberg with it, now back for Taron Donnelly. Bernhardt also there in the middle, in front. Rosenberg trying to chop at that one. Deflected by Sully there. And now back for AJ. Look out, that's dangerous. That's going to be a test for Ben Green. And AJ Bernhardt, backhander, roofed it.
Went from the forehand toe drag to the backhand, went top shelf. Nothing Ben Green could have done on that, but not a lot of goalies can do anything on a AJ breakaway.
So good, they put 2 goals up there.
It was so good, it counts as 2, apparently. Looks like the scorekeeper's going to fix that real quick.
I don't know. I think it could count as 2. If anything counts as 2, it was that goal.
Style points for an extra goal.
5-3 our accurate score, and our score matches their score, matches the one the referee would be keeping, although I don't know that he's any interest in it. Lutz tried to go through 2 guys himself, and that works about as well as it usually does for him. Set star forward for Pat Taylor. Blocked it away by Green. And Seth Howe flips that one forward and somehow stays in play for Adam Sussman to control it behind the net. Rings around the boards, and now it comes back for Sussman. Then up towards Estrada, but he missed it. Preston Johnson fans on the shot. Darren Toller taps back at it, and somehow it'll squirt for Nathan Lutz. His shot blocked away before it had a chance to get to Cockrell. Now Stankovic waits and shoots and scores. The patience from Stanky there, and he's taken a lot of shots, and between practices and drop-ins and stick times on Danny Cockrell in his day, they know each other's games pretty well.
Yeah, Cockrell, little bit aggressive out there, almost to the hash marks, and Stankovic, like you said, knows him pretty good, and decided to outweight and just fire it far side. So we got a 6-3 game with 14:30 left in the third. But Alumni had some good offensive zone time, converting on some turnovers the current Ducks were making. But the Ducks answered right back with a nice goal. And here comes Trevor Schott the other way.
Schott breaking in, and puck just knocked away from him. .13:57 left, and it will be exactly 13:57 left. Salahor keeps that one in the zone and still keeping it in the zone. Now it'll squirt away, and that one a trip in any other game, but they're gonna let it go here, and Stankovic will tap Galuli on the shoulder there and say, "Hey, I should have passed that to you." I think
Stinky just wanted to do.
I think he just wanted to score.
Well, definitely. But I think
6-3 is the Alumni game. Go ahead.
I think he wanted to do one more same move as his last goal, so that was pretty great.
Seth Howe chases it, but he'll watch Preston Johnson take it. Now Trevor McCarty. Now here's Lutz and Estrada. Estrada shot saved by Cockrell into the corner. Dominic still got it. And still with it is Estrada. Now he's checked by Eddie Leroy, and forward Johnson.
So one thing I kind of want to see from the current Ducks is see if they're going to stick with This is the first time we actually got official lineups, not just the roster, for just any kind of game. And so I want to see if, if we can kind of get those lineups again, that'd be pretty cool for next game. But to see if they're going to stick with maybe these kind of lineups for their game against both LA schools.
Because LA schools, they can be challenging. They tend to be very, very deep benches, especially in home games when they don't have to travel anybody.
If my memory serves me correct, I think USC still plays at Anaheim Ice.
I believe they do.
Great rink there.
Not sure where UCLA plays.
Yeah, I've actually never been able to look that up, but I would love to see where they play.
It says Burbank on the Ducks schedule. As it turns out, both of us are from the Los Angeles area.
I don't think we've ever heard of a Burbank rink.
I know many of the rinks in the area. I can't think of one in Burbank. It's not Anaheim Ice. It's not a Ducks facility.
Or
it's not the Kings facility. They must get a good deal on ice time. There are plenty of rinks in the LA area.
Lot of rinks. Ice, roller, a bunch of...
Multiple surfaces in El Segundo where the Kings play. One of them Olympic size, one of them NHL size. Rinks closer to Westwood than Burbank would be. So
actually, in Irvine, the Ducks are going to build a brand new practice facility and do 4 NHL-sized rinks with even the seating area. So that'll be
that's great. There's a shot saved, and Cockrell came ready. 11 minutes left in this third period. I want to thank everyone who was able to join us on the broadcast tonight. We heard from Dan Selitzer. Probably have lots of other familiar faces watching, whether you're watching from the perspective of a current Duck player, parent, fan, or whatever, or maybe your allegiances lie more toward the older folks and the alumni. Any way it looks, we're happy to have you. .10:18 left. 6-3 lead for the Ducks. Shot deflected, and Trevor shot into the corner to get the rebound. Thrown right back toward Cockrell, skipped up and right into his equipment. Our next broadcast will be that Oregon Ducks versus Cal game, October 20th at 7 o'clock.
And liking these 7 o'clock games.
Yeah, keep them coming. And that Oregon Cal game, it's got some backstory to it. We'll touch on that a little bit more later. Taylor tips it forward. Here's Rosenberg. He tries to get the shot through, but it's blocked. Remember, at the end of last year, Paquette, you play an unbalanced schedule. You play as many games as you can, but not every team plays the same number of games, and that makes standings kind of wonky sometimes. So the Ducks and Cal were tied going into the last weekend of the regular season last year, tied for the last first-round bye spot in the Pac-8. Cal canceled. The 9th and 10th games that the Ducks had canceled on them last year.
I remember that, yeah.
And they said they were given the red light, told they couldn't go due to weather. You have to take them at their word for that, and if that was the decision that Cal's club sports office made on that, then they deserve the criticism, because the weather reports that we looked at for any place that would have been on the road between Berkeley and Eugene that day, it was about 40 degrees and rainy, but, nothing dangerous to drive in, nothing else. As a result, those games didn't happen, and the way the tiebreakers ended up working out, Cal got the first round bye over the Ducks, and they had some chirps on social media as well when the Ducks became the first team to leave that tournament. That was not something that sat particularly well with anybody in that Ducks locker room or broadcast booth. And I think it's a game that they're going to want to win, and they're going to want to put on an impressive show. But it won't be easy. Cal's split with Arizona State in their first series, and that was kind of a wow for me. I expected Arizona State to be able to come in and be what ASU used to be in the Pac-8, and we'll see. Maybe Cal's better than we're giving them credit for. Maybe ASU's not as good. We will see both of those teams. They're actually the next two series. After the Ducks have Cal, they will have Arizona State October 27th and 28th. But first Cal at home, and before that, those four on the road that we talked about. And then 7 minutes left in this one with the score 6-3.
Yeah, that Cal game is going to be a really fun game to watch. 7 o'clock here at the Rink Exchange on October 20th.
And you know what, the year before, there was some interest in the Cal game, too. I had forgotten about that in the context of last season, but that was a game where the Ducks had about 8 players ejected, I want to say, and just the single most incompetent officiating I've ever seen, and it really any
lot of
level.
Stories about that, man.
I didn't call that game, and it's a good thing I didn't call that game because I'm not sure that I would have been able to keep it remotely clean. It was every call it was going against the Ducks, and then there would be an extra 2 and an extra 10 added for any complaint whatsoever in a way that was just totally incongruous with how the game is called at this level. Even the Cal players in that one were sort of shrugging every time a penalty was called against Oregon.
Yeah, there's one.
So those are the last 2 years against Cal. Very poor taste in the Ducks' mouth.
Yeah, there's one way of officiating a game where you want to control the game. So if any guy's talking out of line or kind of being too chippy, like throw a game misconduct, stuff like that, just to really tighten it up. But then there's kind of egregious penalties.
It was a ref show. It was, and it's no one knows who that ref is. No one ever got a name on him. We've never seen him again.
He just wanted to be on the broadcast, apparently.
Hey, he must have been. Must have been. There's a collision and another shot as Marsh is back in goal for the Alums. 5:30 left.
You're never really going to see too many hits in a alumni game, but a little accidental collision on the blue line. But good thing everyone's good on that front.
You know, you usually wouldn't see too many hits in the alumni game, but most alumni games are not the Oregon alumni game. We've seen some collisions in this one before. 5 minutes left. It's been about what we expected, maybe even a little bit more of an entertainment factor to it than we thought we'd see.
It's really competitive, this game. I was actually really surprised because that first period was locked down defensively on both ends, and that second period really showed off each other's skills and shooting and passing and dangling.
Good pass there to find Stankovic in a shooting area, but too high on the shot. Here's Jesse. Lost a wheel there, did Leonard, into his own bench. Trying to stuff it home is Rosenberg, still bouncing around, and Rosenberg tied up with Stangeland. Rosie's actually the GM of the team this year. Real helpful for us in the broadcast team. Brother Sam, or he is Sam, brother Noah, one of the 2 goaltenders for the Ducks this year.
Yeah, thanks to Sam giving us that lineup before the game and telling us about the new kid who has the puck right now, Seth Powell.
Yeah, Sam adjusted the roster on the website right before our eyes, so we had the most up-to-date one we could. Takes a lot of people behind the scenes to make a club hockey team function. There's a shot from Trevor Schott in top corner.
Highlight of the night for Trevor Schott. Went between the legs and just decided to rip it.
He's been waiting for that one.
Yeah, he's happy about that one. That was pretty dirty.
I still like his alumni. The goal he scored, my favorite shot goal of the year, is still the one in the Generals game. I think it was Kieran Galooly, who he just skated around Galooly, his own teammate, and put the puck in the back of the net.
I was like, and I remember during that broadcast, I said, "Oh, what a great pick by Galooly," and you're like,
I don't know. I don't know if we'll give Galooly credit for the pick, but
you just so happen to be just in Trevor Schott's way. As a lot of
but as you said, those two, they look real good together in this game.
Yeah, I'm really liking that chemistry, and kind of an adjustment Coach Orr and Lim like to do is when they when the team's down like they were in that first Generals game, they'll throw a veteran guy like Lutz up there and that have Warren Berg on the back end who can skate real well, and that's a pretty nifty tandem they got out there whenever they need a big goal.
I think they gave Trevor 2 points for that goal as well. I think it is 7-3, but it shows 8-3 on the big scoreboard behind Mike Marsh.
I don't think anyone's actually noticed on the...
I don't think anyone cares at this point. 2 minutes left, and the Alumni starting to look... some of them are starting to look like they haven't played a game in a while.
I don't know if AJ's gonna I think AJ's gonna have a complaint after the game.
Oh, Preston Johnson.
That's a goal. And
that puck was 10,000% in the back of the net. I'm gonna put that on our scoreboard.
That was 100% a goal. And here's a goal for...
Now it's 8-4.
So...
No one knows what the real score is anymore.
So the Alumni 100% scored. Ref waves it off. Never saw the puck come back the other way. And Dominic Estrada puts it in. So on that,
I still think we've got one goal too many for the Ducks on the scoreboard.
So for the people at home, you guys are reading the right score. People in the arena probably a little bit confused, but it doesn't matter. Still,
I guess we got to call it 8-3. We got to at least listen to the ref. We can override the score, man, but.
Out of play, but they're gonna still play on. But what I was gonna say is I think AJ might have a complaint where he goes, "Hey, I got originally 2 credits for my goal, and now Trevor Schott gets 2 for his goal."
Well, it's 8 or 9 to 3 or 4. It's the strangest scoreline I've ever been a part of. 20 seconds left, and I think it's just as good. We've had a hell of a lot of fun tonight. We hope you had fun at home too, and we hope that you join us, as we said, for our next broadcast. That's going to be Oregon Cal, and one last one at the horn. I was quick. I'm already putting our next game on the board.
Still got some time left.
It's now 9 or 10 to 3 or 4. We'll call it a 9-3 final. That's going to do it for myself. Bretton, any final thoughts before we take off here?
Real quick, thanks to James Sweetlove, one of my good friends here in Eugene, for taking over the camera. That was big help to him. And great game by both teams. Love what I saw from the Ducks. Good structure, good hands, good goals. And Alumni played fantastic, and great game. They both had a lot of fun, and we had fun up here in the booth.
Well, we did indeed. We will see you on October 20th at 7 o'clock when Cal is in town. If you're SoCal-based, I know we got a lot of kids on this team that are California-based. Boys would love to see you as they take on UCLA and USC one last time. For James Sweetlove, Brendan Kelly, and myself, Isaac Rosendahl, thank you so much for watching, and have an excellent rest of your night.